Next we have cathodes, and this is sort of more like a do-it-yourself project. Just a skinny long line of light, plane of light just kind of going across your lightscape. Cathode lights are originally made to be put inside of computers to make them look cool, or to put them on cars or something. So usually they're not powered by batteries, but this is what makes it a do-it-yourself project. Cathodes here are just attached to the stick using rubber bands. You can get these in different colors, and they're attached to this inverter, and you can see that the inverter has two outputs. The inverter is connected to the battery pack, which is connected to this 9-volt battery connector and the switch. So when you order the cathode light, you're going to want to get this brand called Logasys. I would not recommend getting the UV one because it's very dim. Just make sure when you're ordering it online that it says that this inverter is going to be included. There's one last thing that the package will include, and that is a bunch of wires. Find the one with the red and black wire and simply cut it right about here, and then we will use that to plug in to the inverter, the side that only has one port. Once that's all plugged in there, we're going to go down to Radio Shack and we're going to buy a battery holder that holds 8 AA batteries. Then you're going to want to get a 9-volt battery connector, plug it just like so. You're also going to want to get a switch. The switch is up to you, just get what you feel is most comfortable. So the red one is connected to one port inside of the switch. 9-volt battery connector is also connected to the switch on another port. And you're just going to need to get some wire strippers and a soldering gun to put this all together. Strip the wires and then twisted them up and then tape them up together with electrical tape. The black wire coming from the inverter is connected to the black wire of the 9-volt battery connector. You're going to want to just simply snap the 9-volt battery connector into place on the battery pack. When you toggle the switch on, you will get light. Now, I would also recommend just getting some rubber bands and just tying all these wires together on the stick as well. And then once you got all that done, you have a homemade cathode light.
Then what you can do is get some colored gels and just tape those over the white cathode to change the color. Now here is the result using that light that I just showed you. While the model was remaining stationary, I took the cathode light in my hand and I just waved it around and walked behind him. And he didn't move while I was moving behind him. That's very important. Break. So what I do is twist the cap off, and then I slide some PVC clear plastic aquarium tubing down the cathode. This just adds a little bit of extra padding, and it makes it so the cathode is not as breakable. Here's one last quick example of the cathode. This was the blue one that I was using, and I just converted the picture to black and white later on the computer. And you can see how extremely smooth the light is. There is no unevenness or distortion or parts where the light is a little bit dimmer and parts where the light is a little bit brighter. It is completely smooth as milk. So that effect is very common when you're working with cathodes.